Good manners and good cologne are what transforms a man into a gentleman. A statement by Tom Ford, and I couldn't agree more. If a stylish guy, you definitely know that a cologne does so much when it comes to toppling your outfit. Tonight we are with a perfume connoisseur. Welcome to the show, Ken.
Thank you very much, Rama. Pleasure being here. It's fantastic.
So I'll start off. Why should we wear perfume?
Perfumes are worn because, one, it boosts your confidence. Two, a perfume makes you attractive. When you walk into a place, everyone wants to feel you. You want to be the guy in the room.
You turn people's necks.
You turn people's neck. So I always tell people, the most important thing is a perfume should be your introduction.
What really makes a good cologne?
Yeah, a good cologne is a cologne that is made of concentrations. So when you buy a cologne, very important issues you need to understand. I'm buying a cologne. Is this cologne just meant for the office? Is this cologne meant for the party? Is this cologne meant for the date?
So what you're trying to mean is colognes are also occasional. It's not like you just get one cologne and wear it all throughout.
Yes, very true. Perfumes are made in the notes. When I talk about the notes, there are three people involved in the making of a perfume. We have the nose. This is someone who identify the scent that is going to use. Then you have the notes. Notes are the ingredients used in making the perfume. And the last person in a perfume, when you're making a perfume, is called the perfumer. Perfumes are categorized into three main issues. One, we have what you call sillage. Two, we have what you call the duration of a perfume. And the third thing is very important, is the projection of a perfume. So when you're buying a perfume, I ask you, Rama, do you want a perfume that has longer lasting? Do you want a perfume that has a good sillage? Sillage, to break it down for you, sillage is that scent trail that normally when you walk out a room, there is the scent trail that people feel behind you.
But this guy has been here.
This guy has been here. Rama has been here. So we call it a sillage. So when you are identifying a right perfume for yourself, you need to ask yourself that question. One, am I buying a perfume that leaves a scent trail? Two, am I buying a perfume that lasts longer? And three, how is the projection? You walk into a meeting, and before you even stretch your arm, somebody can feel. I know Rama is here.
Rama is around.
So that is a projection. So when a perfumer makes a perfume, he designs in such a way that the perfume should have a flow. From the top note, middle note, and the dry down. So when the perfume has finally settled in your body, at that point as perfumers, we call it a dry down.
Then there is this thing of eau de toilette, eau de perfume, eau de something.
No,
what's
fantastic,
the difference?
fantastic. I love the pronunciation. But it's called eau de toilette, and then we have eau de parfum. That is French. So now basically what happens is it lies in the molecule concentration of a perfume. So when you're buying a perfume, the lesser the concentration determines a lot of things towards the duration of a perfume. And eau de toilette, in short, is just a lighter version. Lighter because perfumes are made from molecule oils. So eau de toilette has molecule concentrations of about 8 to 10, whereas eau de parfum has a concentration between 18 to 25%. Now, the point is here, the concentration level of a perfume determines the longevity of a perfume.
Wow.
So if you want to buy a perfume that lasts longer, go for the eau de parfum. But that should not be mistaken to mean that an EDT, which is an abbreviation of eau de toilette, is a weaker version. Just like I told you earlier on, there are perfumes that are worn on specific weather. So you cannot wear an eau de parfum that has concentrations that are higher level in terms of notes on a heavy summertime.
When it's very hot.
When it's very hot, yeah. So that is the time now you need to go for a lighter version, which is an EDT. Most people have this confusion that I need to wear an eau de parfum.
Eau de parfum.
That is not the case. You can still wear an EDT that would perform way better than an EDP, but the question is, what is the right time you're wearing? But the point is, you have to have many collections. Why do you need to have very many collections? You need to have very many collections because we have a perfume for the club. We have a perfume for the office. We have a perfume for the summer. We have a perfume for a date.
Meaning,
You
if you're a
understand?
Kampala man, you're supposed to own.
You
all
need to
these.
have all this category. There is a research by Dr. Hermes. Dr. Hermes says perfumes have, over time, described someone's personality. For instance,
You need to explain that more to us.
yeah,
What does that mean exactly?
like I can easily tell your character. If right now you walk in and I ask you, which perfumes do you love? So, science by Dr. Hermes, in his research, he realized that most people who are bold and rigid are people who love citrus scents. These are bold and loud people.
Bold, loud, they're
Yeah.
very confident, they're very assertive.
Yeah, those are the people who love citrus. So in most cases, when a perfumer is making a perfume, he wants to know your personality.
An example is
It's
of
a
course,
Ventus Creed.
the
You
Creed
can do a
Aventus.
Ventus Creed. You can do a Home Extreme. It's a very fantastic, beautiful scent that you can wear for the assertive kind of people.
Then
We talked about the floral.
yes, the floral.
Yeah, so the floral are these jolly people, happy, you know,
The very calm
they're
one,
very
the
calm
ever
ones.
smiling,
Yeah, they just love
that
floral
casa
things, you know.
secretary who everyone loves at work.
Yeah, so those people go for the florals. And one of the best floral scents is Ariana Grande Cloud. If you cannot afford to buy Baccarat Rouge, $540, which is quite expensive, $300 bill, you can go for Ariana Grande
Is
Cloud.
there a very good alternative?
Oh, it's a very good alternative. Actually, it smells almost the same like.
Oh, amazing.
So you go for Ariana Grande Cloud. And the last category is for people who love attention in a mild way.
Attention in a mild way.
And
I
those
wanna make a statement without trying so
without trying to pass knowledge. So those most kind of those people, these are people who love benzoin.
much. Benzoin is.
Benzoin is it's a note that they use, just like vanilla scent, floral scent. So benzoin is a very subtle but pronunciation. So these are the kind of people maybe they would go for. I would tell them to go for La Nuit de la Homme. La Nuit de la Homme. Yves Saint Laurent.
La Nuit de la Homme.
Yeah, Yves Saint Laurent. So these are the people who would go for this. Then the bold guys, most probably they would go for Tom Ford Tobacco.
Tom Ford.
Tobacco.
So many people know it has a very strong perfume.
Yeah, because this is for a CEO of an office. This is a Range Rover type of guy.
Range
Mercedes
Rover,
Benz.
CEO of a marketing company,
Yeah,
of a
this-
telecom company.
Yeah, these are people who don't announce themselves.
Have arrived.
The perfume introduces themselves.
Abira kulift one saying boss is coming.
The boss is coming. These are the kind of people, but they come with, they cost an arm and a leg.
Oh, wow. How do we get to know that this is actually original and this is fake?
Number one, most of the perfumes, they have what you call a barcode scanner.
Barcode scanner.
Yes. Now, a barcode scanner, if you have a barcode, most of these apps are easily.
Yeah, there's that barcode reader. on,
Yeah. So you go,
smartphones.
get a perfume, go to the barcode scanner, scan it. Most of the time, it will
Let's
show.
take it to the website.
Yeah, website. It takes you to the website. Then you have a batch code scanner.
I don't know about that.
A batch code scanner tells you exactly when the perfume
Manufactured.
was manufactured, under what category. And then the very important thing is when you buy a perfume, please, you have to test a perfume.
How do we test a perfume?
Put it in your left palm and your right palm. Leave the two there. Get a fake Aventus Creed and original. Normally after 1 hour, the fake one will go.
And of course, we have the Mercedes Benz of perfumes, what we call the niche perfumes, the very expensive ones. Tell us about these kind of perfumes, the Dolce & Gabbana, I'm seeing
This is
Velvet Desert,
the-
and OUD.
This is a Dolce & Gabbana Velvet Oud. Now, the difference between an original perfume and the niche perfume is one. Designer perfumes are meant for sale.
Sale.
Because what happens is these designer perfumes, they contract the original makers of the perfumes. Now, when it comes to a niche perfume, this is the true mechanic of a perfume. A perfume is a story. So when these knows people who make the perfume want to make their original perfumes now,
Not for other brands,
not
but
for other
themselves.
brands.
Yes.
So they now decide, me as a perfumer, I want to make a story. What is my story? I'll give you a story of Lord George, tragedy of Lord George. Lord George, a perfume that was made from a history. This perfume traces back to the 18th century. A mayor of
British
UK,
royalty.
British royalty, called Lord George. So Lord George had a field where people could visit and see him. So when Lord George passed on, they had to create a story. So the flowers where people used to sit is what they used to make the perfume.
Wow. Yeah, and before we go, how do we wear perfume? Is it the
Very
or the pss?
No, that is an interesting question. So that is where sometimes we lose out on a perfume. So they basically have 5 key spots that we use when we're wearing a perfume. So the very important parts of the body is 1, behind the ear,
the ears.
on the left, right, behind, on the chin, on the spots. These are the most concentrated spots.
Wow.
When you wear a perfume, these spots, these are the most concentrated spots. People make a mistake and spray on their shirts. Perfume are not worn on the shirts.
It's a body.
It's a body. Why? Because the perfume has to have a chemistry with your body. That is why you do behind each ear, the chin, and the spot. These are the most concentrated spots. Reason is why when the concentrated spots, when you open your arm, it's supposed to let the silage.
Yes, yes, yes.
When you walk straight, if somebody is coming from the front, he has to feel you from behind. If someone is in front, you have to feel. So, but again, it doesn't mean that you can't spray it on the shirt. You can still spray it on the shirt, but make it from a distance. Don't make it close, because when you make it close, we need to have a saturation to the body. So do it from a distance. You see how I'm doing? You understand?
Oh, wow.
Because when you put it close again, you're going to stain. These perfumes have oil. So do
you
it
stain
from
your shirt.
You stain your shirt.
Very close to
Yeah.
your body. If I'm to remember very well, there's an investigation story that NTV did about the deforestation that was going on in Mavira Forest. So there's a rich gentleman, my big brother, my cousin Sudhir, and when he was writing a report, he was like, I think it's because of my perfume. So these guys got to know and they ran away and they did cut trees that night. Ken, which kind of perfume do you think Sudhir was wearing that night?
No, that perfume must be a woody scent, like the Tom Ford. I have a feeling it must have been the Tom Ford. Those are the perfumes that have the woody and a good projection.
People want to know, how can they follow you? How do they get themselves at least one of these?
Yeah, you can find us on Twitter, The Perfume Plus. You can find us on Instagram, _Perfume Plus. You can find us on our website, www.theperfumeplus.com. You can find us at Market Plaza, Shop B40.
That is the building just past Energy Center.
Past Energy Center. Or alternatively, you can still call me on my number, 0783 84 8885.
I've never been more proud shooting someone who is so much invested in their craft. So guys, of course, don't forget to follow me at Tramakizito, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or go to our comment sections. I'll be watching, or you can get to my socials as well. Keep asking. I can also direct you. If you can't reach him, you can get to me on my social platforms and I'll take you there.
As the saying goes, even good things must come to an end. Well guys, that's all the time we had for you tonight. But you can catch us again next Friday right here on NTV Uganda at 7:35 p.m. after the evening news. Now my makeup and hair was done right here at Fezabu, located along Munyonyo Road at Shell Munyonyo. Makeup by the one and only George Kizi. You can find him on all